Wizards and Warriors is a 1987 action platform video game for the Nintendo Entertainment System. My name is Larry McFeely, and I'm going to walk you through this gratifying classic with a speedy delivery, which basically means we'll be speeding through the tedious task sections of this game, and there are a few of them in this one. You play Kuros, the Knight Warrior of the Books of Excalibur. Your nemesis is the evil wizard, Malkil, who has captured the Princess of Elrond in Castle Ironspire. Malkil was considered one of the greatest wizards in the land, so much that even Merlin was one of his students. And this is where our game starts. Before each level begins, we get to see your position on the map. The first level is the forest, and the point of most every level is to collect a certain number of gems, the 3 keys, and defeat the level boss. You start off with a very simple sword as your only weapon. We'll need 100 gems to move forward on this level, and gems can be found by killing enemies, randomly picking them up, finding them in treasure chests, or hidden in plain sight or in secret rooms. There's the blue key, and even though I'm picking up the key, I'm not going to use it on the blue door just yet. Getting a timepiece, like this one, freezes time momentarily. This pink potion here allows you to jump higher, which is exactly what I'm about to do in order to reach the branch up here that holds the pink key. Got it. Now I'm going to try and get a little boost up to that branch. That can be done many times by getting bumped up by an enemy character, as you'll see here. We can move toward the east and check out our first treasure chest, which contains a very important item, the Dagger of Throwing. A small dagger that gets thrown each time you use your sword. We just picked up a red potion, and the red potion allows you to be invincible momentarily and the enemies cannot harm you. So we're going to move over here, and you'll notice when you jump up onto this branch that a secret chalice will appear. It's really just for bonus points. And there's the guardian of the gate to move on, who is telling us that he needs 100 gems in order to step aside. Now, if we jump over here to the top of this tree and look inside the open chest, we'll find the Boots of Force. One of the most important items to have in this game. Not only do these boots allow you the ability to deliver a powerful kick to your enemies, but they also allow you the ability to kick open locked treasure chests. It's important to hang on to these boots throughout the rest of the game and not replace them with some of the other items available later. In order to get on the treetops, we're going to keep jumping on top of this tree until we either get a pink potion to jump higher or a boost up from one of the enemies. There's the pink potion. Now we can jump up here. Grab some gems out of this chest. Now, if we go over here to this locked chest, we can use the Boots of Force, as you can see him kicking there, to open it and grab another important item, the Shield of Protection. All right, so now we've got a couple of the keys, some gems, and the important armory we'll need. There's the most annoying music in the world again, letting us know that our health is low. And as annoying as that music is, it's a part of the nostalgia of this game, and I just love it so much. We finally jump into the upper blue tree door. And sometimes it's easy to accidentally jump out again. You can grab some health and more gems in here, and all the way down at the bottom, there's another treasure chest with more gems. Then I'm going to jump back out of the tree and make my way over to the right here. Grab this treasure chest with more gems, and we have just about enough gems to get past the guard. So, I'm losing health again and about to lose my last life, but this game allows you to continue as many times as you'd like, and it starts you directly from where you left off with everything you had. But the only downside is it resets your score, which really isn't a big deal for me, but some people like to have that giant score. I could care less, I just want to get through the game. So we'll make our way back up the tree limbs right up here to the gray door. As we make our way up here, we'll be able to get all the gems we need to move forward with this level. we pop back out at the top. And eventually make our way over to the right here. And the guard has stepped aside. So you jump on top of this tree and press down to start heading down. I usually try and fall all through this on the left-hand side. I also make it a point not to bother with any of the other treasure chests in the middle. There's too many bees chasing you around, and there's a treasure chest coming up here that you totally want to avoid because it'll replace one of your important items with a lame item. The item you don't want is called the Wand of Wonder, and it'll replace your Boots of Force. The Boots of Force are way more useful throughout the game. That's the pink chest right there that you really want to avoid. Now, once you've hit bottom, you can grab this gem here, jump up onto that platform, and try and make your way over into that door where the first boss is. Once you're inside, you can use the Boots of Force by pressing the select button and give the skull a couple good swift kicks. That should kill him quickly. And then you can grab all the treasures left behind. We have now rescued the distressed damsel, Lucinda. Poor girl was hanging all the way up there by her wrists. That has to hurt. We're given 5,000 points as we move forward and take another look at the map. The next level is the Ice Cave, and it's a pretty large area to cover. You start off right at the top. Once again, you'll need 100 gems and all 3 keys this time to finish the level. And we can head left and up here to get the blue key. There it is. Got it. So, we can head back down here and grab this chest with some gems in it. Keep heading down and kind of staying to the left. But once you get to this little area where you can cut over to the right, jump in there and you'll notice there's a red potion in there. Grab that. And you'll want to jump up here and over to the right where there's this kind of steep jump. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but you have to jump away and then toward the jump, if that makes sense. And even still, you slide down sometimes. Over and over again. I'm speeding this up because I didn't realize just how many times I had to try and get this right. And finally, there we go. All worthwhile, though, because what we want is up here in this treasure chest. The Feather of Feather Fall. Might sound a little funny, but I'll give you an example of what the feather allows you to do. The Feather of Feather Fall allows you to fall slowly, which can be very helpful. So, we'll keep heading down and grabbing gems as we move along. Don't forget about this treasure chest with gems here, too. Keep moving downward here and collecting gems, and eventually you can jump over to where this pink potion is. And just to the right of that is the red key. We're trying to get up and over here, and when we do, we open this blue chest with another incredibly important item, the Potion of Levitation. The Potion of Levitation allows you to levitate, which comes in really handy when trying to get up to higher ledges. We start to move back down and to the right, and if we head down this little crevice here, we can see the red doors just over to the left. Once we're inside this room, there's all sorts of gems to grab. If we keep moving upward, we'll be led to the pink key. Grab that pink key, and as you make your way back down, you can hit this invisible handful of gems, and then, of course, open all the pink chests for even more gems. Once we have everything we need in here, we can move back out the red door. And over to the right and back up again. so we can get over to the right side where the pink door is located. Once we get inside the pink door, we are in the Bat Cave, but not the kind of Bat Cave where Batman lives. The easiest maneuver here is to make a run for it. Run all the way over to the right side until you can't go any further. Once you're there, turn around immediately and levitate. Almost all the bats will follow you and fly right into your sword like a moth into a flame. Kill the couple of extra bats. And when the boss, Giant Bat, comes after you, just get into a jumping back and forth and throwing the dagger routine, and eventually, Giant Bat will go down. Kill all the little ghosties. Yeah, they can be a bit of a pain. There we go. Grab the treasure, and you're off. We have now rescued the distressed damsel, Esmeralda, and she's worth even more points than Lucinda from the first level. I wonder how that works. We leave her helpless on the cold floor of a cave as we move forward and take a look at the map. The third level is the lava cave, which has 2 chambers. The first chamber is a pretty small area, and we can zip through it pretty quick. We're going to leave this red chest alone and move all the way over to the right where this pink chest is, trying to touch the lava floor as little as possible. Then we're going to hang out here for a second, and eventually a lava bubble will pop up. You can ride the lava bubble up and over to the left to get this gem, and then one more ledge over will find the pink key. And that's really the end of the first chamber, so we can head back over to the right and back up to this ledge where we can go through the pink door to the second chamber. The second chamber takes a little more time, but you can still get through it relatively easy. We're going to hang out here for a second and wait for some lava bubbles to take us up. We're kind of looking for a bubble right about here. There's one. So ride that bubble on up, and as you're moving upward, grab some of these gems on the right-hand side. Now, once you get to the top, there's another invisible collection of gems you can obtain here. Float down on the left-hand side and grab this gem here too. Now, we're gonna ignore that red chest. It contains the Staff of Power, another item we don't want. So, we get back up here, but again, we're gonna ignore this red chest. The Staff of Power doesn't suck, it's just not as good as any of the items that we already have. Start making your way up this narrow segment of ledges. It goes back and forth, and there's some gems on the way up. Now, there's a point here where you'll have to levitate first in order to continue up. If you head over to the right and levitate again, you can jump up to this top ledge where you can kick open the chest that contains the Battle Axe of Agor. This replaces your dagger of throwing with a more powerful axe that can be upgraded along the way. We're gonna jump over to the left. You have to use the slow fall in order to make it all the way. But once you do, you can grab these couple of gems and then get the red key. Pick up the gems in this chest here. And then you can start making your way back over to the right and back down this narrow strip of ledges. So float down here to the right and make your way over to this red door where we'll battle the third boss, Rock Spirit. The moment you walk in, if you walk left, then turn around and levitate, Rock Spirit will travel directly into your blade, and he won't be able to touch you. After he's gone, kill the leftover spirits, then grab that loot before you shoot through the door and save another damsel. We have now rescued the distressed damsel Galadriel, who's worth 20,000 points. We also leave her on the floor with no supplies before taking a look at the map. The fourth level is the Purple Cave, another fairly large map with a lot of area to cover. You start in the lower left corner of the map and work your way up, grabbing all the gems you can along the way. As we get up to this top ledge here, we'll start making our way over to the left grabbing more gems, and then continuing upward over here. To the right, we'll find a hidden gem room where we can load up on even more gems. We'll continue going upward on the left-hand side. Feel free to kick this chest open for another bounty of gems. And then grab this red key over here to the right. As long as you don't keep dying over and over again like I do. Again, I think that's part of the fun of the game and the memories I have from playing it as a kid. So you get the red key and then head back down over to the left because there's a red door over here. Inside the red door, we'll find the blue key. Those skulls can be killed with a kick, but they really aren't worth the effort. Continuing back down and now over to the right. And if we eventually head further over to the right, you'll see this red chest now open. Once again, it contains the Wand of Wonder, and we don't want that. So just levitate and jump up here. And then you can jump up and over to the left to get some more gems. Once you do, it's time to come back down, but be wary of that chest we're trying to avoid, and there's even another one coming up. There it is. That chest contains the Cloak of Darkness. So just cruise down here and grab this chest with some gems instead. Then you can head back down here to the left, where we'll find plenty more gems. And if you keep going downward and to the left, you'll be back around the beginning, which I didn't want to be in, but it looks like there's still a few things to clean up down here anyway. And another secret gem room, which I missed. So I guess it's all right. Grab all the gems and get out of there. And once we're back out, we're gonna head up and over to the right. Keep going up and over, and then down. Now this is where I was supposed to be. Grab all the gems in this back corner. And the death music comes on again as we move towards the left side of this lower cavern. This is where we find the blue door. Once you do head into that blue door, the next room contains the pink key, and you just need to jump in and jump out. Now, we're just about ready to get the heck out of here. Grab some more gems in this chest here. And over in this corner too. Start working your way back up. And then over to this right side, we'll get one more hidden gem room. So collect all those gems. Once you do, keep moving forward. And don't forget about this chest here to the right. We don't want it. Make your way around it carefully and keep traveling upward. Once you make your way up to the top, you can go to the right and grab a whole bunch of gems. We're almost done. So there's the pink door over here to the right, and we've got enough gems to go in and battle Apparition. Just as we did before, quickly move left, turn around and levitate, and Apparition will fly right into you without being able to touch you. Once the ghosties are gone, you can hoard that treasure and save another damsel. We have now rescued Griselda, and she's worth 30,000 points. See you around, ma'am. Let's take a look at the map. Level 5 is the second Forest of Elrond, and this time you actually start underground at the bottom of a tree. A great place to kick things off is here in the right corner with hidden gems, but there's a cool glitch here too. As long as you don't take more than 14 gems, you can move away from where the gems are hidden and then come right back to the same spot to collect another 14 gems over and over again. So, we can take care of most of the gems we'll need for this level right here by going through this sequence a few times, which will speed up. Alright, so now we've got 89 gems, which feels pretty good, and we can start making our way up. Keep traveling back and forth, all while continuing upward and grabbing gems all along the way. Once you've hit 100 gems, you've got what you need, so the rest of the gems are really there to boost your score, but you don't necessarily need them. Let's speed this up for a bit. Go ahead and jump through this door so we can get to the forest. Here we are, back out into the forest, and you'll notice a couple of different looking enemies on this level. You can kind of just make your way around, grabbing gems and moving back and forth. But eventually, you'll head over to the left side and work your way up to get over to where the pink key is. Then, you can head into the pink door, and we'll speed our way up to the top so we can grab the red key. Make your way back out the pink door up top. Once outside, we'll start making our way over to the left so we can get up and over to an area where we can jump up to the treetops. You can grab a chalice for points if you move over here first. There it is. And if you make your way all the way over to the left, you'll see the blue key. And if you're a jackass like me, you'll miss it and fall into a door. Let's get back over to that treetop. Oh damn, big jump there. And now we've got the blue key, and we're ready to take on the boss, Giant Spider. So I'm about to die here. Let me just get that out of my system. Okay, so we're gonna head back down almost all the way to the bottom where the blue door resides. Now, the moment we get in there, we're going to pull the same move we performed on the other bosses with immediately turning to the left, turning around to the right, and levitating. Giant Spider will throw itself into your sword over and over again until all that's left is a pack of ghosties, and then it's time to reap the reward. Another treasure secured, and another damsel saved. This time it's Penelope, and she's worth 40,000 points. Level 6 is all about climbing the castle. This is the exterior of the castle, and we've got to go up to get in. Easier said than done. We'll only need 50 gems, but we'll also need the red key to get out of here. This one can end up being a lot of climbing and falling over and over again. The levitation trick comes in very handy on this level, and you'll notice the castle is crawling with ants, which certainly doesn't help as you're trying to make your way up. So you kind of stick to this middle area as you keep jumping onward and upward. Some of the blocks you jump onto retract back into the wall of the castle. The best thing to do is just keep using that power of levitation until it comes back. So you finally start to make your way over to the right. And just over here, you can kind of jump and use the feather fall to glide over to this tower. This part can be a little tricky. In fact, I didn't do too well with it here. In theory, you jump onto these two blocks, then levitate and make your way over to this next block to the right. Except the blocks keep retracting. Sometimes the controller makes you jump twice if you hold the button down too long, and it's just plain difficult to get the jump right. So let's speed this up as I figure out how to do it. Once you finally make it over to this castle top, you have to turn right back around, levitate, and make this long jump over to the castle top to the left. This obviously took me a lot longer than I expected, but I still left it in the video just to show how tedious some parts of this game can be. Almost got it. And you can grab the pink key over here, and a gem too. Then you have to move back over to the right and jump back over to the castle top we were just on. Make your way over to the right, and here we go again with jumping from block to block. Fortunately, it's not too far, and when you hit the top of this tower, we're going left and back on our way up again. And sometimes you just keep missing the blocks. It happens. There we go. Keep making your way up, and hey, if you need to, just levitate in place until you're totally comfortable with the jump. That's it. Finally, we're at the tippy top of this tower where we can jump into this pink door. We are now inside the tower and ready to get the red key. We've got blue skulls shooting sparks at you all over the place, and again, we could kick each and every one of them, but that's not really necessary when you can just run past them. There's also acid dripping from the ceiling, which is fun too. In the upper right-hand corner of this room, there's a hidden gem room. Grab all the gems and jump back out. We continue on to the left and grab a whole bunch of health, all while we keep making our way through the blue skulls and acid dripping from the ceiling. If you jump up here and over to the right, you can kick open this chest and grab some more gems. Then you want to head back down and over to the left. Once you finally get all the way over to the left, you can start working your way back up. And finally into this pink door. Lots of spiders and skulls in here, but you can blaze right through it to grab the red key. Then make your way down and all the way back over to where we originally came in over to the right. Here we go. Get ready to free fall. I think it's so cool that they allowed you one good long jump like this in the game after all the work that you had to do to get here. Once you hit the bottom, head over to the left and jump in the red door. And guess what? The level is over with no boss fight. You just simply move on to the inside of the castle. Here we are on level 7, the Castle Interior, Part 1. We're trying to work our way to where the evil wizard Malkill is hiding. So it's another game of jumping back and forth on platforms to make our way up. We'll need 200 gems to get through this level, so grab all the gems you can on your way up to the top of this corridor. We'll see flying demons and bone-throwing skeletons on this level too, so beware. Over here to the right, there's another hidden gem room. Grab all the gems and head back out. Once you're out, keep heading upward. And make your way through this little break in the ceiling. Grab some gems in this chest. Let's speed this up a little. Jump through another break in the ceiling here. And when we we finally get to the top, we can grab the red key. Now it's time to head back down to where we saw that door on the right side. Once we go through the red door, we are now in the blue interior room, and once again we'll start at the bottom and work our way up. Lots of blue skulls in here, which we can either kick with the boots of force or just ignore and move past. The pink key is right here, and we'll keep making our way up. Once we get over to this ledge, we can move toward the left and then continue upward. The blue key is all the way up here at the top. Got it. Now we're going to head back down to the blue door on the left. So now we pop back out into the gold interior room where we can work our way back down while collecting the last of the gems that we need to get to 200. All right, so we've got all the gems we need. Let's get out of here. We're just grabbing these for points now. Also, there's another hidden gem room over here in case you didn't have enough. And now it's time to fight the level boss, Glowing Skeleton. Same routine here. When you get in the door, walk left, turn around, and levitate. Glowing Skeleton starts off tiny and grows incrementally. Just stay where you're at and let him jump right into your sword. Eventually, all those little ghosties will pop out, and once you finally kill all of them, you can grab the treasure and head out the door. This time, we hath rescued the distressed damsel, Candida, who is worth a whopping 50,000 points. Let's take one more look at the map. Level 8 is the Castle Interior Part 2, and is really the final stretch on our quest to find the evil wizard, Malkill. You start at the upper left section of this map, and you need to collect every single gem on this stage because we need 100 and there aren't enough just sitting around. However, there is yet another place to grab extra gems. When you get to the bottom, start heading toward the right. You'll notice there's a first set of hidden gems right about here. Now, right next to where that set of hidden gems are, we'll find more just at the top of this ramp. These gems are very much like the hidden gems on level 5, where we can take a certain number of gems, move away, come back, and take more. I just kept taking 4 here, and then came back until I had what I thought was enough. The gems have washed up after dying here, so I'm going to keep moving on. Pretty sure I have close to what we'll need anyway. So we'll keep making our way over to the right. Once we get over to the red door guard, we can work our way up and grab the rest of the gems that we'll need. And we're good. We've got 100 gems. The red key is in the upper left corner. Got it. Now we can head back down to that red door, and I'll get these gems just to get them on my way down. So the room on the other side of that red door is the face-off with Malkill. Now we can't just levitate like we have been for some of the other bosses. but there is a place we can stand that'll help us have a better position when it comes to defeating Malkill. Right when you get in the door, drop down to this little area right here and position yourself right in the middle of the ramp. Now from here, you can keep turning left and right, throwing your axes, blocking his advances, and getting a hit in every once in a while too. There's one really cool part about this map, and that is when you look at the map on this level as a whole, it's a skull. It's just kind of neat that they were thinking of stuff like that. Now, I am a little disappointed that my game turned out the way it did, but it's also kind of fun to show you that it is possible to defeat Malkill and still die from his ghosties. Yep, that's what I did here. While I was filming this video, I was actually able to find at my local game trade store a new in-box copy of Wizards and Warriors, including the original instruction manual and Nintendo game poster for $60. And even though it's sitting in a sealed container right now, it was worth every penny. So just keep moving left and right, shooting your axe at Malkill, blocking his advances, and getting in a hit on him every once in a while. It does take some time, but this is the end boss, and makes sense that you could end up spending so much time trying to kill him. So here we go. I think I'm just about to win the game here. There goes Malkill. There's his ghosties. Jeez, is this embarrassing. And now I'm dead. Bummer. All right, let's try this again. We'll speed through it, though. Now, if you're actually running around on this map, it becomes incredibly difficult to defeat Malkill. This is a much better example of how to do this right. Throw that axe back and forth, get in those hits, and eventually, Malkill will go down. Then kill all those little ghosties like I was unable to do the first time. And you're good to go. Head over to the blue door on the right, and we're out of here. Thy hath now rescued thy princess, and thy search hath ended. We get 100,000 points for the unnamed princess. And that's it. That's the speedy delivery of Wizards and Warriors on the Nintendo Entertainment System. These games and videos really mean a lot to me. So if you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more like it. Until next time, we'll see you around the neighborhood.